This series is made possible by Honda South Africa, Liat, Off-Road Cycles, Ink Monkey Vehicle Wraps, and Brits Auto. Our last morning in the wilderness finds Dewald with yet another flat tire. This will be his third tube replacement in 2 days.
Kalahari sunrise. One of our last mornings camping wild, which is a little sad. But here we are this morning, already working on flat tires. We're already thick into our second cup of coffee and rusks. Has anyone ever camped here? Ever? On this spot? And then you stake your claim, and you camp, and you leave only your tracks. Let's enjoy those dunes one last time. Say goodbye to those big red Kalahari dunes.
Ja, maar is ook 2 bar los.
Donnie and John fill all the bikes with just enough fuel to reach our destination back in South Africa.
Jy moet hom sê wat jy wil van John, maar hy het sy positiewe punte.
Ek dink die halwe kan ingegooi met peer.
Ja, maar hy ry soos 'n moeg. Gebruik baie petrol.
Wie jy? Ek het jou nog nie hard genoeg gemoer nie. Ek gaan volgende keer meer insit.
Asseblief.
Jy's baie arrogant vir 'n ou man.
Time to put out the campfire and head into the dunes. We find the navigation a little tricky, with the track barely visible in the morning light, and inevitably we overshoot a couple of turns. It isn't the first time we've lost the track on this trip. We've had some time to perfect our technique in situations like this. Everyone stays put while 2 riders split up and scan either side of the group until we find the track again.
Kyk hom hier by my. Ons is links af van die trek af, hy's regs. Nou kyk so op.
Maar dit was wel groot grondpad te wees.
Nog nie. Die lê die ander ouens se motorfiets voor ook.
For the first time in 5 days, we notice old bike tracks in the sand.
Die bakkies gaan hier stukkel. Nou, toe groei.
Ja, het is warm vandaag hoor.
Ek gaan vir my 'n skuld GPS koop sodat ek ook hier voorlangs kan ry.
The Kalahari once again reminds me to expect the unexpected. When it comes to warthog holes, I've become a little too blasé. A hell of a hit and a lucky escape. But the rest of the group are hot on my heels. I need to warn them and get them off my track as quickly as possible. Just in time. And while Adrian takes a wrong turn and gets stuck up a dune, I thank my lucky stars for the aftermarket HyperPro suspension that absorbed most of the impact. It's tough work carving your way through this kind of scenery.
Ja, is wel lucht. Será? Ja, goed.
Luckily, the hard work pays off every now and then, like when you crest a ridge and spot an enormous eland bull running across the track.
Kijk, het is een warm al gekomen.
Dat is mooi. Dat is op jouw gat.
Dewald stops again for some reason, while the rest of us just keep on going. Nee, my radiator is helemaal toe. Dit was nie so erg.
Maar jy kry nou meer flat tires as wat ek kry.
The truck crew comes to Dewald's rescue when he has yet another puncture and runs out of usable tubes.
Hierso is nog een by my ook.
Is dit lightweight of heavyweight?
Light.
Lighter as daai.
Ja.
Gee hom.
With Bob tap dancing on the rim and John breaking the bead, they manage to extract the tube and check the inside of the tire for a suspected hidden thorn.
Maar kyk jy goed tyre, ek het hom gepomp. Eita. Ja.
While Dewald removes the culprit and puts in a new tube, John patches the old tube as a backup.
How long do you wait for patching solution? Until you think it's too long and then you wait another minute. Patch the tube while it's hot, Fani.
We now only have this one tube with a patch as a backup for the rest of the trip.
Nou maar enige pap wil hoe meer jy kry, hoe beter gaan dit. Vinniger raak, vinniger kry dit onder beheer. Ja, die 65 ene as jy dan net lekker in.
The band of brothers has no idea that this will be the last flat tire they'll ever fix with Bob and his orange sarong at their side. There's only about 60 kilometers of dune riding left before we get to the tar road, and typically the track is getting more gnarly by the minute. This short section is starting to show its teeth.
Ja, kyk, jy ry nog goeie vas. Lekker lag, lekker. Dit is lekker.
Another confusing turn on the GPS that doesn't match up with the tracks in the dunes. We once again decide to send out 2 scouts on either side of the track, while the rest of the group tries to find some shade.
Hy sê dit gaan waarskynlik in die regte rigting, maar ons moet net 'n bietjie wag.
Ja, dat ook zo.
Goed, ons wag.
Water's getting critical now.
Ja, dat is eigenlijk maar net om die
My
smaak
water's
te
done. And it's the heat of the day, it's getting close to 12 o'clock, and we don't have the luxury of hanging around today because we have to make the border post in time. Border post closes at 4. And then there's another 20 k's of tar before we get to the border post. And they are. Zero water left, thirsty.
Wag, wag, wag. Sien as jy reg is.
And just when you get up to speed again, there's another surprise. The rest of the team keep the momentum, while John stops to assist me when I pick up an unwelcome passenger.
Ja. Klein tangetjie. Dit. Ek wou dit nog afneem toe ek verby. Sorry. Reg my maat, jy's 'n doener. Daar's niks fout daarmee nie.
Back on the road, playing catch up with the rest of the group. Not even 10 kilometers up the road, Rikus pulls off to the side and parks his bike with its head into the wind. The guys up ahead stop in the shade and wait for the stragglers to catch up.
Right. Lyk my hier gaan ons weer.
Rikus's bike has now cooled down just enough for us to make our way to the shade tree in the middle of nowhere. The guys are exhausted and thirsty. It's time for man and machine to cool down in the shade and wait for the trucks carrying our water supply.
Kyk net hoe sit die grug. It's getting tougher now. The heat is picking up something terribly. And you can't read the sand anymore because the sun is right from the top. It's thick. And we're getting close to this situation we had yesterday again, where it's midday and we have to keep pushing to catch the border post, not only to get out of the sand as quickly as possible. Dewald is he's not on his number today, and now all of a sudden his bike is going through fuel like hell, so he's got 40 k's left. Luckily we have backup fuel, but it's already something that's niggling at him. My bike picked up wires, some fence wire. Rikus' bike is overheating because we are riding with the wind, basically at the same speed of the wind. It's not getting enough air through the system. All of us are clogging up with seed, so at this stage again it's getting a little bit iffy. It's getting a little tense, and the moment things start getting tense, I just ended up without any water whatsoever. We're set now, we're going back on the road, and there's another half an hour's ride, hard riding, and that's what we have to do now. You can't read the sand. That's what it is.
I decide to swap bikes with Dani for the last sprint to the end, giving him a feel of the Transalp and allowing myself an opportunity to compare it with the handling of the T7. The blazing midday sun bears down on us, bleaching all the texture and depth out of the sand, making it almost impossible to read the ideal line. For this last half hour, we dig in, grit our teeth, and blindly steam into the mirage of soft swallowing sand. One last time.
Here it is, blacktop tarmac. A half an hour's hard riding on this road, you get to Bokspits. And that's the border post, and we're back into South Africa again. So I guess you can say this is the end of the challenge. I don't know how to feel about it. How amazing things that happened, that we discovered, that we experienced. Dare I say, a little bit of an empty feeling? My friends got hurt. It's my routes that I chose. So there's that. Fani was in the bucky. I feel responsible for that as well. And did the Transalp really perform the way I wanted it to perform? I'm not sure. Is it an improvement on the standard Transalp? Yes, for sure it is. But did the bike perform the way I wanted it to perform? Because I want the bike to do good. And it's here. No breakdowns, no issues, no mechanicals, no nothing.
An adventure bike, which is in essence, let's be honest about it, a soft adventure bike. It is what it is. It is not a hard adventure bike. And this was hardcore adventure. So it's a bit of an empty feeling. Ending it now here. Inflating our tires again for the tar road. The laughter, the enjoyment, the ups and downs, the emotional moments. The moments of absolute ridiculousness, and then deep moving moments. That'll always carry with me, and that's adventure riding. So I guess doesn't matter what you ride, as long as you ride with it somewhere that gives you that feeling. Maybe that's it.
Turns out, we did 760 kilometers of Kalahari dunes in 5 days. And before we wanted it to stop, it's over. Just like that. The road to the border is quiet. So are we, trying to make peace with it. Saying our goodbyes. The border crossing turns out to be relatively painless, unless you're the one that happened to hit the anthill 2 days ago. Back on the wide-open, hard-surfaced gravel roads of the Republic, racing towards a cold beer, a hot meal, and soft bed linen. How easy it seems, jumping from one reality to the next, 2 worlds apart. Yet, returning brings gratitude. You realize that life's sunny side is shining on you, and the moment never leaves you. It makes you a more complete human being, a better friend.
Hallo?
Wat jy alles gebreek?
Ligamenten.
Ja?
En groins, maar nie myne nie.
O.
Ja, die een ding wat van die kom kan sê is hulle kan baie kry. Hulle kan baie kry.
Something tropical.
Is vir my maar goed.
Lekker goed.
Op een van daai windtoets asseblief my broer.
It's 46 degrees Celsius. 46! 2:30 in the afternoon. What I wouldn't give for a cool swimming pool right now. Oh, it's like ice water. Holy shit. Okay, maybe 46 isn't that bad. Yo.
Our last night around the fire. Little did we know that it would also be the last night we would all share with Bob.
Ja. Maar nee, goed in je naaldje.
Yes, maar hij was scherp gestrooid, dat heeft ons gezien.
Dat is de eerste. Lig hier de kroesje zo. Toe, loop bij. Dan neem ik hier. Zo lopen. Dat jij ook al talent bent. Toen was je klaar is. Als je klaar is.
The week before this episode premiered on YouTube, Bob suffered a massive heart attack and passed away. To us, he was a brother, a father figure, and an inspiration, all rolled into one. We love you, Bob, and we'll miss you. Our deepest condolences to Marty and his daughter Gabrielle. Thank you for riding along with us through the Kalahari district of Botswana. Please remember to subscribe and turn on the notification to stay up to date with our new series that'll be premiering in coming months. Until we meet again, keep the rubber side at the bottom.